So here I am with one of the best hairstylists and the best person I have met, the most happiest and the most chillest person I've been with. Here is she. I think that's from really my heart. I just am in love with you. Describe yourself in one sentence, what you are.
What I really never thought of this question ever to describe myself, because I kind of live with the times, I kind of go with the times no matter what it is, and for me it's never that that I was once upon then and I'm here, while I'm here, I'm there tomorrow. I was never a great person ever in my life. I never was what the media makes out to be, just such a big star and legend in my field. I did do very well. I did create a good stir within the crowd. That I'm aware of, because when you are full all day working from morning till night, then you definitely know you're spreading some kind of stir in the crowd. So basically, I've been working 35 years. Okay, it's a long time. Anybody my age would have been back home knitting. So I'm not the types. But about myself, I'll tell you my routine. I get up in the morning, I do a bit of yoga from Monday to Friday, nothing strenuous. I get to the kitchen, I must cook every day. If I don't cook, I feel I'm not well, I feel I'm sick, or I feel I'm pregnant, whichever way you want to take it. So I must cook in the morning, and then I come to the salon, and then from here the whole day's work, and then in the evening I pick up my stilettos, put on lipstick and a nice bright color like you're wearing, and I party. And when I say party, means I party.
So which is a favorite
I get pissed,
party?
farting, drunk.
So which is your favorite place to party?
I don't have a favorite place. Wherever I go, it becomes favorites, because I just have fun.
Because next time I'm going to be there to follow you.
You can come with me for all that. You're so pretty. Maybe you come. We both get some extra boyfriends. I don't have a favorite place. I go every night, second night out, because I told you what the media's made me out to be. There's such a big celebrity that with good luck that we invited to all the openings, all the latest joints in town. So we are there so I make the best of it, because when I know, okay, you're invited, you can have to go there and have a ball. I'm not the ones to go there and ask someone what you're wearing, where you got it from. It doesn't bother me. I go there to get really pissed and enjoy myself, and I don't care who's bitching about me or who's talking about me or it doesn't bother me. I go the way I want to go, and I have a rocking time. And then in the morning I've forgotten about it, and the next night it's a new place.
So now I want to know about your inspirational journey from surgeon, London, US, and now here.
You've done your homework, I can see.
Yes, I have done
You
it.
have done your homework. It's not easy to look back. When you rewind, sometimes you skip so many years that you don't even realize you skipped so many years. But yes, I did start very, very young. Born to a Goan mother and a Dutch father, which makes me an Anglo-Indian. Have you heard that word before? You heard of Anglo-Indians? We are a very small community now. In fact, to say the truth, my age group, we are the last of the Anglo-Indians. After us, there's no more Anglo-Indians. It's wiped out, because our children are married into the Punjabis and Jats and Hindus. In fact, I've remarried also. So we are the last lot of the Anglo-Indians. So I'm born in Kolkata, so by nature I'm Bengali. By nature. I come from a very, very simple Christian Catholic background, very poor background, extremely poor. When I say poor, I mean it. And my mother, we were 5 siblings. I was the eldest. So-called the eldest son of the family, and there were 2 girls and 2 boys after me. Now there are 2 girls and 2 boys, I don't know where I fit in, whichever way around. But that was a different journey on its own. But when you are the eldest, and then from a very poor family, when I say extremely poor, I mean it. The beauty of the whole thing is that we've all put into good schools, because we were put into charitable mission schools that were run by America and England. They ran the schools. They were the priests and nuns, the Irish nuns that ran schools in those days in India. So we were in convent schools, which was absolutely, totally, totally free of cost. My mother never had to pay a dime. So that was the beauty of the whole thing. We got very well educated. You see what I mean? So that was a good thing. But the thing is that how much we wanted to absorb study, because other children had everything, we had nothing. Like, it's strange. I can't still ride a cycle. I was in Amsterdam last year, and this strange thing, because it took me back to my childhood. I was in Amsterdam last year, and my friends told me, Sylvie, the easy way you want to see Amsterdam is let's all get on cycles, because everybody cycles in Amsterdam. I was so embarrassed to say I don't cycle. So he said, why that face? So I said, is that the only way? We could take the canal, because Amsterdam is full of canals, beautiful canal. It's a beautiful place. And you can just jump a boat and go here and go there. So I said, we could take a canal. He's saying, no, you'll miss the bars. And that's where you want to be. I said, oh, but I don't cycle. Why you don't cycle? You're such a lady. I said, no, not that, because I don't know how to cycle. He says, what? And I didn't want to take him back 35 years, 40 years back to tell that whole story, because the weather was so beautiful, and there was another two good-looking rocking men with us, and we were with my gay friends, two gay friends. We were such a nice group, so I didn't want to go back and get senti over the whole damn thing. So I said, I just didn't get time to learn. But the fact is, because we were so poor that we never got a cycle. Other kids had it, but they never let us touch it. We were like, achut, like, don't touch my cycle, you're poor. So that time it used to be a sin to be poor, So still till today I can't cycle, because we never got it. And when I started out in life, when I started moving on in life, then you'd want to know how I became a doctor being so poor. Yeah, I'll come to that. That life went so fast that I didn't get the time to, in the process of trying to educate my brothers and sisters and trying to take care of them with no father, and trying to keep the family together, that I never had time to buy a cycle for myself. I bought my servant one eventually when I was doing very well, and I bought my staff, but I didn't buy myself one, because by then I had bought a car, and then things moved on, and I thought it was a small thing, I didn't need to. But after 45 years here, I'm in Amsterdam roaming around, doesn't know how to cycle, so it takes you back many years to what your childhood is all about. I'm not saying it was a sad childhood, I'm saying that it was a very poor childhood where we never had much to decide upon. You know what I mean? What was said and done was said and done. That's it. Black is black and it doesn't become white. So I'm brought up that way. We are brought up that way. And same, I brought my two sons up the same way. So what happened was, when I finished my school, I got a scholarship from West Bengal, because 3 people mastered the boards. And in 1976, December 16, when I passed to the school, we did senior Cambridge in our time. There were no 10+2 job अभी आजकल करते हो, हमारे ज़माने में नहीं था. And senior Cambridge, we were the last batch, and they said whoever gets 98.9, 99.9 almost, will get a free scholarship for the whole colleging. And I was in one of those with another 2 people. So 3 of us topped the West Bengal list. And we got a scholarship for our full college studies. So that's how I was able to go to college. Otherwise, what would have happened if I was a normal child with normal, I forgot like 60% or 40%, whatever. Those days the pass mark was 40% in our times. And then I would have to join any other college, any simple college or something. So my church decided that with my mother, they sat and had a decision. And they wanted me to, my mother wanted me to become a doctor, because she said, we are so poor, if you can become a doctor, you'll better save so many more lives who are poor people, you'll be able to help them. My mother she was a very poor Christian Goan woman. Goa, she was from Goa, but she lived in Calcutta. So her aim was to, that if the eldest is solid, she knew I would somehow take care of the younger siblings. What came in between was something stunning. That when they decided that I should go and do my doctorate in PG Hospital in Calcutta, my mother said, no, I don't want him to stay in Calcutta. So I was wondering why. I didn't understand why, because my mother understood how I walked, how I talked, how I moved, and she was observing me, and I didn't know she was observing what I was. And she was catching, getting some clue that I was not a normal man. That she must have smelled the rat that I was gay, but I didn't know the word and I didn't know it. Because we were brought up in Catholic hostels where we didn't even hold hands. It was football, it was basketball, it was wrestling, it was boxing, it was caroms, it was guitar, it was piano, it was everything, it was studies. So there was no time to even talk about girls in a hostel or boys in a hostel. It was not a normal thing. So she was realizing, and I didn't realize. And then I said, no, I'll join the priesthood. I want to become a priest. I don't want to become a doctor. And I put my foot down, and then there was a big noise. I was 16 and a half. I was 16, yeah. And I made a big noise, and there was this big, huge noise about the whole thing. And then my mother said, what do you get as a priest? Priests are so poor, they end up all begging in the churches. And you know what Jesus Christ said? That you have to move on, and there's a big thing. And to my bad luck, but I went, I gave it a shot. And I told my parish priest, I will go. And then he took me to get me admitted into the priesthood, into the hostel, because we had no home. I told you, we were very poor, we had no home. So they said they can't admit me, because they only can admit me after 19. I was 16, I had 2.5, 3 years to go, and then that makes me on the roads. That puts me back on the roads, on the streets, where my mother was staying on the top on the road. So I had no choice. Then my mother said, I want him to go away. I don't want him to be in Calcutta. No matter what, I don't want him. My mother foresaw what I was coming. She was my mother at the end of the road. But I really didn't know. I had no idea. I had really no idea. Of course, there were some traumatic moments which happened which made her feel like that, which I don't want to come out with. That's an autobiography. But she made sure that I moved out of India. So the best thing the church was this, and in those days it was very easy to go to England and go to Australia, because the Anglo-Indians had the right to move out of the country, because we were half British, half Europeans. Because the British army came over and they slept with all the girls, made them pregnant and got children from that. Was a very normal procedure, because it was the British Raj at that in those days, you see. So it was a very normal procedure. So the opening was that any Anglo-Indian that was born, they had the right to go to England, to go to Australia, visa or no visa. There was a right. So it was very easy for us to send the kids for studying. So they sent me there. When I went there, I started my doctorate, and then came the other part of my life. And I was quite amazed, I was quite surprised that I don't look at women. Women are my best friends, we treat each other well. And then I realized the whole sexual attitude turned out that I was not one of them, and I was another third party, And then I wanted to tell my mother, and my mother said, this is the reason why I wanted you out of India. I knew you never had a dog's life here. I saw it, I smelt it, I knew it, you're my child. And that's the reason I pushed you to get out of India. Because in those days in India, it was very taboo to tell anybody what you were.
Still.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Trust me, I'm in the cream of society. And, you have people coming out with a big dari and a beard, and wearing a feminine lungi and a skirt and a dress, and with a nathni, and they're openly saying I'm gay. So if you accept that, and nobody smiles at them also, nobody even laughs or grins at them. But when I came back to India, my mother was 101% right. It was still taboo, because I came back in the 80s. I just went for 7 years, 4 years of my doctorate. 1 year I did my internship, 4, 5, and 3 years, 8 years I came. 3 years I worked as a doctor, as a general surgeon. So when I came, I had to come back to India. I had no choice, because I had 2 brothers and sisters to educate and to bring up and to look after. And when I did come back, there was this huge vacuum of, me being, born and brought up in India, and then, trying to be very Indian, because I am an Indian, and then trying to fight my identity. So it was really not easy, because I had to kind of, if I told anybody, I'm doing this, they would say, you like men? What the hell is wrong? Oh, you're a faggot? I was like, what is that? I used to go back and ask my mom, I'm like, what is the meaning of that? She said, take no notice. I said, how can you say take no notice? Every second person says it. There has to be a meaning to it. Because we didn't know this. I didn't know the meaning, And so we had to go through a lot of humiliation, a lot of insults, a lot of tears, a lot of heartbreaks, but it was all part of growing up. It was all part of life. I moved on with my skill, and my skill brought me where I am today. And now when I look back at it kind of, it wasn't really that bad. It was just a couple of bad names. It made me cry a couple of times. Which now sometimes I look back and cry without even saying it. Now my ears cry to, can I hear the word? It doesn't. No, she's a beautiful woman. She's stunning. Look at her. I'm like, oh no, you still don't get it. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It's, you can't hang on to the past and live with it happily. It's not possible. You have to forget the past and move on, and you have to learn to see that life is so beautiful that it's we who really make it what we want to make it. So it's okay. It's been a good journey.
So the journey from surgeon to hairstylist?
Yeah. Okay. I purposely broke there because I knew the question was going to come up anyways. Yeah. I worked for 3.5, 4 years as a surgeon, and trust me, actually first they didn't put me to surgery, they first put me to maternity because I was so good with women. I told you, because I felt so much like a woman, so they always thought I was a woman. So I always preferred being in women's company. I was very happy with women. I didn't want men coming near me. So they put me to maternity, but when I took maternity, when I used to go for the delivery, I couldn't do it. I used to collapse. Each time there was a delivery, I used to collapse. Dr. Rodgers is fit. Doctor, give the forceps, I'm down there in line, and the forceps are not being passed. Then he would wonder what's wrong with me. Then once my senior doctor said, you need to see me. I said, but you're a psyche. That's what I'm saying, you need to see me. I said, I'm okay. He said, no, I'm not talking about your sexual life, because they're very open about it. Over here, they were open, but not that open. Still not that open, Even today, London still sniggers. But India doesn't, trust me. I was in London last year. I went to 18 countries last year. 18 countries in 2 months. And I really saw the world from a different eye now that I'm matured, I'm a very mature person. And I tell you, we Indian people are much more broad-minded than the Europeans. 100 times more broad-minded. Trust me, I saw it with my own eyes. And that time, but they were still more open than India. You could still say the word I was gay and just laugh it off and say, oh, you bloody faggot. But it was nothing more than that. It was not getting into you and insulting you. So I kind of was a very successful doctor, and my doctors were, they were giving me a salary for overtime. They made me a residential doctor. They were so happy with me. But I was cracked because I was cracked from inside. You know what I mean? That madness was inside of being, Sylvie. But that time I wasn't. I was Dr. Rodgers, Sylvie Rodgers. So I used to go to town when I made a little extra money, staying all night in emergency. You'd get a good 15 pounds extra, rush out to London, take a train, go to London from Essex, and get my hair purple and come back. They'd say, Dr. Purple, Dr. Rodgers, you got purple hair. So I was one of the crazy doctors, because I thought, which doctor has purple hair? You crazy. So I used to do those things, but not knowing that I wanted to be fashionable, and not knowing that I was trying to touch the glamour world, but that was not the real idea. So I just thought I had about 1 year's leave pending on my head from the hospital. I never took leave because I thought if I take leave, that I could work that time and the money would go to my brothers and sisters. So I never took leave because of that. Then the doctors called me. They had a meeting. There was a board of 12 big doctors, and they put me at the head and they said, listen, if you don't take your 1 year's leave, I said, sir, I don't want that 1 year's money cut because they all knew my background. They had got my story from India. It had to go there. No, you don't worry that your money is not going to be cut. It'll go to your parents. Everything will be there. Your 1 year, you take your leave, you come back, and you get that full money for 1 year, and you also get paid as you come back. So I thought, oh, yes. I said, this is like too much. So then I took job change, and from there I went off to America for a 1 year holiday. It was never a holiday. The first 2 months when you see America, at that age, you are versatile, you're young, you're kind of a virgin, you really haven't seen the world sexually, physically, emotionally. You're like one small thing come into this huge, beautiful world, and then you want to explore everything. because you're young and you don't know, and then you just, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And I used to open the papers. Oh, there's a course over here, 1 week modeling course. Let's go and try that. Pay down, $10, and for 1 week they're teaching you modeling. Then go there, pay $15, then they're teaching you carpentry. Then go here, pay down $20, and then they're teaching you beauty. And then you go there, pay another $10, and they're teaching you makeup. I used to do all this gradually because I had 1 year on my head. But that's by doing all these small things, I ended up in the hair section. I said, oh, there's cutting also. Let me do cutting. I did makeup. Let me do cutting. When I went to do cutting, I was doing the course. It was a 21-day course plus 21 day if you mastered. Yeah, it was a 21-day course. But if you mastered that 21 days, they give you 21 days free to do not the crash course, to carry on to do more detailing. They encouraged you basically. Basically, they encouraged you. So I did 21 days, I was brilliant, they gave me 21 days again, and I mastered at 21, they gave me 21 days again, and I was liking it, and it went on for 3.5, 4 months. And then I realized I had only 3 months left from my holiday because I spent about 4 months doing hair. Then they said, you're brilliant with your hands. You do the masters, we pay for everything, we give you a room over here, we give you a job in the salon at the college, you cut hair, we give you $30, an hour. $30 half the day from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So that's how it started. So I said, oh great, I make some money, I have a free place, I'm being educated, I get my license to cut hair. You can't cut without a license, even today in America and in England, you need license. And so I said, I have another profession in hand, that's nice. So when I did that, I started enjoying it. And I just deeply got into it. When I got into it, they got me my license, they got me my visa, they got me everything. I took up the job in the school. I started as a teacher, as a junior, in the same school as teaching hair. And I liked it so much, I passed my 1 year leave. And after about 1 month, 1 year, my letters started pouring in from my hospital. You've passed your 1 year, 1 leave, please come back, please come back, please come back. And as I went to 6 months, I said, I'm not coming back. And now the first part was how to break the news to my mother. Because my mother's, I knew her heart must have broken into pieces, but it was difficult. But I thought, let me talk to my mother. Then I spoke to my mom before breaking it. I said, Mama, how's everybody doing? How's the brother? She said, you come back once. I didn't tell about hair. And you see, my younger brother was 2 years younger to me. By that time, he has done a teacher's training and he got a job. So I said, if he can take over for 1 year, looking after the 2 girls, then I'll come back to India permanently and I'll look after the girls myself. And I'll get them married, don't take stress. So she said, okay. Then I broke the news saying, I'm going to do hair. I'm not doing, I'm not going back to the hospital. She said, you are mad? You know what a hairdresser in India is? A nai. You know what's a nai? A hairdresser is a nai. And you're leaving doctorate for nai. People dying to be a doctor. You're crazy. You lost it. Who is this man in your life? I was so shocked. I said, what are you talking about? She said, some man has made your mind, screwed your mind all around. My mother was a very broad-minded woman and a very straightforward woman. She was poor, but she was strict. If you had 2 shoes, one had to be polished 24 hours and kept standby. If you had 2 shirts, one had to be washed, ironed, and kept standby. If she saw a speck of dirt on your white shirt, you got belted. So she was poor, but she was so strict. She was very, very strict. So we have been brought up a very army way, a very colonel way method. So very clean. So I said, Mama, I've done 10 years for the kids. They're all doing well. The girls are going to finish off in 2 more years. Give me 2 years. Give me 2 years. Then we won't look after everybody for 2 years. He's careless. He won't look after this. And she was right. I spoke to my brother. I said, you got to teach this job. I'm only offering you 2 years to give mommy some money, look after while I come back. I had some savings. I said, I'll give that to mom and I'll carry on. It never worked out that way. My brother Revo was very irresponsible, sorry to say, but he was a very responsible man. He was his own trip anyways. I had to come back to India. So when I came back, I thought, I'll never come back to medicine. I'll come back to be a hairdresser. I kept my medicine in the past. But nobody knew what a hair designer was in India when I came in 85. When I said I'm a hair designer, they said, you design hair? What can you design in hair? Hair is just cut. And that time we had a very Chinese market. Our parents would have gone to Chinese girls, or there were no Punjabi hairdressers or Hindu hairdressers. and barbers were only Muslims in those days. There was no choice, you know. So people didn't understand what a hairdresser was. So I was pretty, saddened. So a new hospital had come up in New Friends Colony, opposite a new hotel, Surya Hotel, had just opened out in 85, 86, in New Friends Colony. It had
Still
just,
there.
it's still there, but it's called something else now.
Scots is still there. It's a great one now.
Okay, and it had just come up. I remember because there was a new hospital, Escorts. It was Escorts, and I said, now there's no one giving me a job as a hair designer because nobody knows what a hair designer is. So what do I do now? So I have to go back to my medicine. I went to Escorts and I gave them my CV and I told them I'm a doctor from London, but I've had a 1 year break. I'm not in touch with 1 year. That doesn't matter. But they were a heart hospital. They were a heart hospital. Escorts was especially for heart. I remember very well. And I was not a heart specialist. I was a general surgeon. So I said, I can work in your emergency. I can, do anything. So he said, okay, we put you on for 3 months trial and then we see. So I joined Escorts for 3 months trial as a junior doctor. And Surya Hotel, in 3 months I made friends with all the younger doctors. We had some fun. Maybe to go over to Surya Hotel. They had a new coffee shop over there, very new, nice coffee shop. It was a very in thing to be at Surya coffee shop in those days. Everybody would come to Surya coffee shop. It was very new, 5-star in the middle of all the residential quarters. That's a posh area. So we used to go for coffee, tea there. And one day this tall lady came up to me, very beautiful lady, Mrs. Mathur. She came up to me and she said, oh, are you from India? I said, yes, I'm Indian. She said, you don't look Indian. Because I had this huge afro hair, naturally afro. And when I was a doctor, I used to pin it up and make a top knot here. It used to look like a bun. So she said, oh, what's your name? So I gave her my name. I said, I'm Dr. Rodgers. Oh, you're a doctor. Very unlike a doctor. You don't look like a doctor. You look like a model. So I said, no, I'm a doctor. Where do you work? I said, you're right across the street. Oh, you're in Escorts? I said, yes. You have nothing to do with the salon? I said, oh, you have a salon? She said, downstairs, you want to see? I said, yeah, I want to see. And she had no idea and I had no idea. So she took me to the basement and she was running the salon because it was brand new. The hotel was not even a year old. So they didn't have any client team. All her friends would come and do their hair and go away. So I told her, I said, oh, that's a very posh parlor you have out here. She said, I'm looking for someone really nice who can cut hair really beautifully. I'm willing to pay any amount of money. I can give them quarters. I can do anything for them. If you know any of your foreign friends who want to come to India, I can pay for them to come to India. I can do anything for them. So I said, would you allow me to cut hair? She said, but you're a doctor. You're cutting people up. You don't cut hair. I said, no, I'm a hair designer. You're a hair designer? From where? I said, from America, from Chicago. Chicago, you cut hair? Cut my hair. Let me see how you do it. She said, cut my hair. I said, you sure you want to take a chance? And she had that long hair. And she was a tall woman, beautiful woman. She must have been in the 33, 34. Stunning woman. She had all this lovely hair to here, all one length, just tied up in a knot like this. And big gold earrings and a lot of gold rings and very rich. So I said, sure? She said, yeah, sure. Cut my hair. Come on. So I said, tell me your don'ts. What are your don'ts? So she said, you can take off some length, it's here, take it up to here. You can take off 5-6 inches and do what you like to do. So I said, I'm asking you the last time, sure? She said, yeah, aren't you not, are you sure? So I said, I'm very sure. I cut her hair and I blow dried it. She almost fell off that chair. She said, I don't believe this. And in those days, there was no mobile phone. So she couldn't send an immediate picture anywhere. So she started calling for my landline. Reena, Tina, Meena, all our friends. Oh, you have to come to the parlor from tomorrow. I've got a hairdresser from America. She already said she's got a hairdresser. Not spoken to me. Not done anything to me. I've got this fabulous, beautiful hairdresser. He is, or she is, or he is, she'd say she, should say he sometimes. She kind of noticed that there was something different with me, So I looked at her amazingly. This woman was so advanced and yet looked so simple Indian with a chudal. If she didn't open her mouth, you'd think she's one of those Benjis. You know what I mean? Now with my cut, it was all just flowing into locks and looking so stunning. She actually looked like now one of those outgoing women. Come. And then what happened? Then she put the phone down. She said, I've got 6 clients for you tomorrow. You want to go to the hospital or you want to cut hair? I said, I want to cut hair. You sure? I said, I'm very sure. She said, you really want to switch professions? I said, yeah, I've got my license from America. I show you my license. Then I took up my license from my bag. I said, yes, I've worked in America as a hairdresser for 1 year in New York, in Chicago, in Manhattan. She said, and why did you leave doctorate? I said, I haven't left it. I'm still working as a doctor. I'm going to leave it if you promise me a job. How much you're getting there? I said, I'm getting 15,000 only. I was getting 15,000 in escorts. 15,000? And what? I said, I'm a junior doctor, just joined 3 months. I'm on 15 days more probation and they like my work, they're keeping me. Then they had my friends who were sitting with me, one friend of mine said, no, they're going to keep him. They're going to keep him another 2 years because I heard that the doctor says he's very good, he's a very good doctor. So I said, let's see. So she said, I'll give you more. I'll give you quarters. I'll give you a car pickup and coming. How's the offer? I said, sounds great. It sounds so great that I wanted to just collapse, And she said, you don't have to call me ma'am. You call me Renu. That's it. You can call me Renu. I was much younger than her, but she said, you can still call me Renu, no problem. So I was so excited, and that's where the switchover came. And I went back straight to hospital in the evening, and I wrote out my resignation, and I put it in without thinking. And they said, I put it in, and then next day I said, sir, I'm taking 1 week's leave, and after I come back from 1 week, I'll collect my money. Next day I went to school, and there was all her 6 friends sitting in the morning from 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock for me. And there I walk in, and there was the 6 bulky women sitting out there, all typical veg women. Now what do I do with all their faces? You can't make everybody look so beautiful. Challenge. And then one by one, and the beauty said, you do your own cut, you do your own wash, and she's telling somebody, go wash your hair. I said, no, I'll wash her hair. No. Why you do everything? We'll get it washed. I said, no, I'll wash her hair. I'll cut it, I'll blow it, I'll do it. No, we have someone to do everything for you because that's the style in India. But my boys here, I teach them the American style. They'll wash, they'll cut, they'll finish because I'm made that way. But I see in other parlors, they have people to wash your hair, then get you ready, then they cut your hair. But not in my salon. No, it's not like that. I would never let someone wash your hair because I want to cut it. Of course, now with having a salon in India 35 years, you have to go as the Indians do, so it's different. And all 6 were so extremely happy, and each one finished and they were tipping me, in hundreds, and I was like, suddenly just got over hours, I got rich, I got, money, I had a place, I had a car. So it switched over, and Renu is no more today. She died in a car accident. Very sad, very, very sad. Very young, very bumptious woman. She was not meant to go so early. But I worked in Surya for a good 4 or 5 years. Then the husband got transferred. He had to leave the hotel, so she had to leave the parlor. So it broke her heart, it broke my heart to leave. Then I came to GK1, to Mrs. Kapoor, and she was Renu's friend. So Renu said, open a parlor for Sylvie. You don't do parlor work, no? Open it. Sylvie will run it for you. So she signed a 3-year contract with me, built a parlor for me. I said 3 years I'll be 2.5 to move on my own. There's not much I have to move on. So she said, okay. So in between, I moved on.
I think it's truly inspirational, but let's just now get to the fun side, right?
Is there fun in this?
It's too much fun in you, and I'm sure about this.
I don't know. Let's go for it.
So your string of relationships. How many relationships you had?
Oh my
Before you married.
God. I have slept with many men, so many men that you haven't had so much breakfast. Now let me tell you, how many times you've had breakfast? I've slept with so many men. That's the gospel truth. I'm not lying.
That's.
I kind of. Okay, let's be serious. I'll stick to my statement. When I got to know what I was, and when I told my mother, I sat and discussed with, she said, okay, you want to dress like a woman, not an issue. You want to be a woman, not an issue again. But do it with dignity. Do it the way you look beautiful. Don't do it the way you look like the Hijaras. Don't look like that. And there again, I have to ask her, what was that? Because I'd never seen one in my life. So she said, come, I show you. And she took me down to Old Delhi, and she showed me, and I was agog, I thought they were actually women. That's what I thought. Then she explained the whole scene to me. And then she said, if you're going to look like this, then don't dress as a woman. If you want to look really pretty, like a woman, get used to the habit, dress nicely, learn to walk as a woman, talk as a woman, be ladylike. and then do it. You're my child. I'm giving you the permission. It's your life. My mother was never backward. She always supported me in every way. When I got that permission, and then she called my two sisters, when my two sisters passed to school, and my two brothers, and she sat down with them and she said, you know, he's different. He's not the way you are. She said, Sylvie, and I changed my name from, when I left doctorate, I made Sylvester Sylvie short. I shortened it. I still stuck to Rodgers. That's my mother's name. Of course, now officially I'm a mom. I'm married now. So she told my brothers, she said, you have to accept the fact that he's gay and he's a homosexual. He sleeps with men, he's a man. She told my sisters, clear. So, and my one was 16, one was 14, they were giggling. Because what could they do? They were just giggling. That's like, somebody like this sleeping with a man, you obviously giggle about it, you know what I mean? And my brother was astonished, he was shocked, he went into shock. And he didn't speak to me for 5 to 8 years because he thought it was degrading. He didn't speak to me for 8 years, never spoke to me ever. He thought it was very degrading to be a homosexual. And my brother being homosexual, worse still. So it was a lot of trauma that I'd gone through. And that same brother I brought up as a child and paid for the education and fed him with my own hand. So it was very traumatic for me. I had a lot of traumatic points. I never talk about the sad part of it. I talk more about the progressive part because you must get over it and move on. So when she explained to my brother, my sisters accepted it very happily because they just giggled over it. They never knew the depth of it. So when I was in Delhi, I thought, now I'm going to start in Delhi. I might as well start the way I want to start. I might as well start the way I want to look. So I thought there's no point of starting as a guy and then ending up looking like a woman. Then they'll see the trans change and then there'll be a bigger problem. So I wore a skirt and blouse and came to work, and Renu looked at me. She said, that's what I wanted of you. You were looking odd in a band yesterday in jeans. She said, I know. I said, I know you. I knew you know, but we didn't have the time to talk about it. She said, that's okay, talk, it's fine. I go to London to see my brother. My brother lives in London. I've seen all the gay community there. It's okay. So she was so supportive also. So it made me more comfortable. So I started wearing women's clothes from the very beginning. So I was never in a closet. Never in a closet. There was no closet for me. And of course, I used to date a guy in the night, go to a party, have him, burp, get over it, and go back to work and come back and date another guy.
I need to learn that, by the way.
Burping is difficult.
The other part of it.
So, because I never took anybody seriously. You know what I mean? I didn't experience the meaning of love. I didn't fall in love. I was only working. I never had time to get emotional and things like that. And when I did get emotional with the guy the first time in Delhi, and because he started coming every night and started taking me out every night, and I was getting bored with the same prick. I said, what is this guy? Boring guy. 3 nights with one man. Sylvie, what's your reason? Let's move on. I said, now listen, you don't come tomorrow. I'm going out with my friends. I'll see you after 5 days. And then he would say, is something wrong with you? That's it. I don't know, maybe. But we catch that after 3 days. And he would go to, kind of come back and say, after 3 days, he'd wait for 3 days to get over. In the meantime, 3 days, I have another 3 different men and I'm happy with it. And I'm, come on in life and, and then he'd come back after 3 days. किसका था कल रात गया था? कहाँ गया था? Where did you go? I said, तुम्हारा क्या जा रहे हैं? What's your problem? He says, नहीं ऐसी नहीं होती है. You must, what is this? You're not a foreigner, you're an Indian. In India, you sleep with one man, you don't sleep with 10 men. I said, who made that rule? I asked him. He said, no. And I was not getting at that he was getting fond of me. I was playing the garden house with him. And eventually he kind of took over my life because he kept on, coming every day, waiting for me out of work, and he had a car and he'd pick me up and take me for candy and then take me for a beer and then take me. Somebody so persistent, you eventually do get involved with each kid, and the first time I experienced love with him, and then I started looking at things that are a little different, and when some other guys report me, say, oh, just fuck off, man, I'm with someone. And they were like, she's changed, he's changed, what is it? So I did have some rocking affairs. When I say rocking means fiery affairs. I did have 2 affairs, and then I got involved with the third guy. The third guy stayed with him a good 14 years. That's when I adopted my 2 sons. And after 1 year staying together, we had about 30 people in the house, and we had a mock marriage in our house. I wore a gown, he wore his tuxedo, we had a cake, we had 30 friends, and it was like a marriage. He put a ring onto me. There was no priest, there was no lawyer, there was nothing, because there were no rules in those days. But we just wanted to feel that we are a married couple to the world and show them that we can bring up children. So I said, straight after this, after 1 week, we go and look for a child, and we get a child, and we live a normal life, to the world. That's when I adopted my 2 sons. And I stuck with him for 14 years. And he went out of India to Nigeria, Lagos. And his mother told me that my sister-in-law had cancer, so he couldn't come back ever to look for an alternative husband or move on in life. And in those days, to call Nigeria, call Europe, you had to make a trunk call in those days. There was no, like today, we just pick up our phone and we call.
That was early.
It was early 90s. So I just thought, no, if he's not calling, there's something more to it than meets the eye. And that was my major first heartbreak when he walked out. And he knew where, and he knew what he was going for, but I didn't know. And he knew we had 2 kids who were very young. My younger son must have been 7.5, my other one must have been 9. We got them from 0 age, don't forget. And then we got, it was a big mess up, and I was like, what do I do with 2 kids on my hand? He's walked out, when he come back? And it was complicating in those years, but now I see it like, gee, I got over it. It was a big heartbreak. Anyways, Renu was by my side, the one who I was working with as a partner. She was very nice to me, and she helped me a lot with getting my children into Columbus because I was a Catholic. So she introduced me to them. She knew everybody there. Her children were in that school too. So I got my kids in there, and then I had a heartbreak, and then I thought, oh, never a man again, not love again. It's all bullshit. Let me move on. Surprisingly, from there, my career just took a turn, just reversed. And I got the first film to do was Sagar with Dimple Kapadia and Rishi Kapoor to shoot for the picture Sagar. The title song was called Sagar Kinare, if you've seen it. You see today also, you'll see my name. That's the first time I cut Dimple's hair and gave her that look for that song. That was my look. Where they shoot that picture, where she goes topless. I was on the shoot. They called me to Bombay, they shot with me. And that song that made that girl so big, that actress, Dimple, made her so big. She became a very dear friend of mine eventually. Her hairstyle, the look became a Dimple look. Every woman in India wanted that look. Because every woman have long, all you girls have long hair. And that time they wanted that look, that all out and all, And I became famous for that cut. And then I became a celebrity hairdresser overnight. And then from Sagar, I was offered Praveen's film. Then I did Praveen's film. Then I did Zeenat. Then I did Hema. Then I did Anita Raj. Then I did Padmini Kolhapuri, 3 films. Then I stayed in Bombay for 3.5 years. Yeah, then before I could say Jack, I was with the film industry. I was doing everybody. I remember once Zeenat and Praveen had a major fight over me also. Because they were both shooting in Raj Studios. And both were shooting in Raj Studios. Zeenat was doing Satyam Shivam Sundaram. And Praveen was doing another picture with Amita Gambler, some other picture, something with Amita. And they were both shooting. And I had to do Praveen's hair and makeup, the evening session, 8 in the evening to 10 in the night. I had to do Zeenat in the morning because they had a special guy who came in from America to give her that scar. So I had to do the other part of her face. They called in a guy from America to give her the special look, that scar look. Now they're doing it in India. Now my own sister does it. That time nobody did it in India. And I had to do that. And I was finishing her face, and Zeenat kept sending a clapper boy across saying, oh, tell Sil to come, she's taking so long. And Zeenat was getting so upset. Praveen was sending this guy. She was pissed, she was drunk in the day because she had to start in the night, which was a lie. She kept sending a clap, oh Sylvie ji ko bulao, Sylvie. And I was there doing Zeenat, and it was so strenuous because it was a daytime, they were doing a night shot. So they had darkened the whole place and all that nonsense. And I was trying to get the thing right, and Zeenat got so upset. She said, "Main abhi theek karti hu." She got up and she walked and she went to Praveen and she said, "Can I speak to Praveen? Very sophisticated." And I went behind her and said, "She didn't let him out. लड़ मत प्लीज लड़ कुछ कर मेरी जॉब जाएगी यहाँ भी उधर जाएगी मत कर नहीं उसे समझा दूंगी and because Zenat was Zenat and she had come, she was Miss Asia and she had Hare Ram Hare Krishna was a super hit and she was a big heroine there. So she went across and she said, Ravi, what is your problem in life? Can't you not wait? Your time is 8 o'clock. It's only 5 o'clock. You are usually drunk. Zenat Ravi got so upset. She said, who the you and all that started and I ran away. I was so tiny. I'm younger than them, so I ran away and took my phone. And then there was an argument and I'll never forget that. And then I went back to the recruitment and I came in and she said, "Tum theek ho na?" I said, "Haan, mujhe to nahi, what's happened to me? Tum theek ho na? You cool down." Then she cooled down. Then I went, finished and I went to Praveen. She said, "Chhod this ko, ladki hai." वो कितना पैसा दे रहा है मैं दे दूंगी तेरे ऐसा नहीं एक का नहीं करने सबका करने ना मेरे को तो सबका करने सबका क्यों करनी तेरा ही बन जा आर्टिस्ट हम तो बस फ्लैट देगा सब देगा did I finish then that break came that I did so many more. I did Shabana, I did so many other pictures, I did movies, and then eventually I got fed up doing movies because I was only doing like setting kabhi cuttings that used to happen. I got a bit fed up of doing makeup and setting. I wanted to cut hair, I wanted to change faces. And that time my sister also had to get married. My eldest sister was ready for marriage. She was leaving college and she was coming and I'm very worried about her. My mother said she's going to leave college, now you better come back to Delhi and you get her married and settle her down, then you can go back to your films. I said, Mommy, I can't keep coming and going up and down. I've either be in Delhi or either in Bombay. She said, do you like Delhi or Bombay? I said, I like Delhi, I don't like I never liked Bombay, And I was the cream of you know what I mean? The cream of Bombay. I never liked Bombay. And those days there were no crowds, there were not much cars on the road, Jew Beach was empty, you could have stepped in someone, nobody even noticed it, you could have gone by and noticed. I'm telling you, we did crazy things in Bombay in the nights. But I never took drugs and I never smoked in my life and I never gambled in my life. I've drunk every drink from vodka to any drink you name, but never drugs, never cigarettes and never gambling, never pack of cards. These things I've never touched in my life. But got pissed many times, still get drunk. But the thing is that I told my mom, why? Then either I leave my job then come in. She said, you do that because you have to get your two sisters married. After 2 years, you have to get the younger one married. Then you see my mother had a really big control over me. So I said, okay. Then I gave up my filmy work, came here and then joined Mrs. Kapoor again. I left Renu in between, talked to Mrs. Kapoor. She said, I'll take time making a parlor. I ran to Bombay waiting, 6 months was going to wait. I got stuck in Bombay, never ever came back here. Then when I came back here, then I ran her parlor. When I was running Mrs. Kapoor's parlor, when I was doing my parlor, she said, no, now you open your own and this and that and all that. Mrs. Kapoor, in this parlor. Whatever, all this thing. And then when my children were growing up, then I gave up Bombay. Then my younger sister came out, Yasmin, who's very famous in Bombay. I gave her my job and we switched jobs over. I said, you take that all, spoke to everybody. By that time we were going into the late 90s. We were slipping into the late 90s. My sister came out, then she got married and marriage didn't work out. Long story, whatever. Anyways, at the end of it all, eventually I opened my own salon, settled down, and what I wanted, I got.
You got your own salon. I think, what is your fashion statement?
See, my fashion statement is what you wear and be comfortable. Obviously, what's with the times. It has to go with the times. I mean, just because if you want to wear a salwar kameez that was worn in 1960 and you feel you're comfortable in that, doesn't mean it'll go with the times today. Not necessary. What I mean to say here is, you have to look around you and see what feeling is around, what the pulses are around, and if it's culottes and a long kameez, and if you feel you can look nice, fair enough. And if you look like a engineer, fair enough still, then you don't wear it. You know what I mean? So my fashion statement is, I wear something to be comfortable, but with the times. I'm with the times. I don't want to be behind the times. You know what I mean? I don't, because I'm 57, I don't want to dress as 58 or 59 or 60. I want to dress as 37. You get what I mean? Yes. But that 37 has to go with the millennium year, with the 2017 fashion, what's in fashion, you get what I mean? So I don't need to stand out because I'm Sylvie. I need to stand out for my work and for what I did in the last 40 years. Not because I dressed like a clown or something like that. So my fashion for me is comfort first. Comfort's very important, you know what I mean? And then of course, to be with the times. to be with the times. Tips about hair. Now, of course, see, the only thing is now it's hot. It gets sweaty. It gets, it's extremely hot in North India where we are, Delhi and things like that. But the only good thing to hair is the good old-fashioned oiling. Now we have spas. The modern system, we have a lot of spas, which we can also buy spas off the market and do it at home also. We can use hot towels. See, the more we nutrient the hair, if our hair is weak and if it's breaking, we can take a multivitamin or a vitamin D, And nowadays kids, very young kids at 22, 23, they're getting grey hairs, which never saw in our times, It is happening, So I just feel that it's all stress of work. It's all work stress in today's kids. I think there's a lot of deadlines for kids to do. You know what I mean? There's a lot of corporate culture. And so a lot of kids are losing hair early. At 26, you see a guy is already getting St. Anthony's lock or the halo. It's really sad because it's, in our times, we never had a word called deadlock, a deadline. We just worked as much as we want to work and we just took the backseat when we want to take a backseat. So I think it's a lot of stress getting to people, to what I see. The younger generation are popping off, And it's sad, but I think one should live a very, I won't say healthy because that's a very boring word. Healthy is a very boring word, but I think one should live a very happy life, And what is happiness? Trying to make others happy around you is happiness, really. Because if you've got all the money in the world, and if you've got all the looks in the world, and if you've got everything in the world, and you're still not happy, you screw up everybody's happiness around you because you're so bloody unhappy. You know what I mean? Because you look for that negative eye to the whole world. But if you're happy and if your hair is sparkling, and trust me, it's not only just looking after hair chemically or physically, or looking after your skin chemically and physically, that you seem happy. No, it has to come from within.
It's an internal happiness.
It's an internal happiness, absolutely an internal happiness, and that's what shows on the face. Trust me. You have to just learn to be happy with what you have. It's okay if you get a dessert once in a while, but then that's just a bonus, it's fine. But generally what I'm saying is, we have our 4 meals, and we should be happy with that. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Okay, so I've known about your inspiration, your challenges. I'm really happy meeting you, and I think you're so that different from other people around the corner. So what makes you that different is my question, because I really want to be this way. I really want to be that happy. So even I'm like this bubble, ekdam khoda, ekdam se khushi se ekdam khush ho gayi, and then the rush comes in, and then again sad. Sunday morning is always that bad, and Saturday night is always that happening. So what makes you that different is my question.
I really don't know what makes me different, but for me it's never a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday, or you know what I mean? For me, a Monday and a Saturday is the same thing because I do the same thing every day. I mean, I told you my routine. I get up, I work, I cook, I come to salon, and I party. So Monday there's a party, I make it the best party of the week. If Saturday there's a party, I try to make that better than a Monday. So for me, it's never a Saturday or Sunday, or it's never worked out that today is a Saturday, I'm going to rock. Tomorrow I'm going to sleep all day. It's a Sunday, Monday I'm going to go back to that very black hole. Now it's nothing like that. For me, it's firstly, I must tell you that for me at this age is a bonus. After you cross a certain age, 50, let's take 50, and it becomes a bonus for you in life because you never know. You may even get up from bed even normally. You may not just get up with one side gone crooked. You know what I mean? One side just you're on the way to the Lord. Whatever. So it's a bonus. So kind of running against time. There's such a little time left for people like us. We've done it all. We've lived through the ages. I've made people look beautiful. I've done bridals. I've done movies. I've done. I've cut hair for thousands and thousands of women and men together. So in all my life, what I wanted, I did. I wanted to make people look beautiful, which I'm still doing, which is so makes me so happy that I make someone go looking beautiful, and she said, "Sil, trust me, I came in with this in my mind, and you gave it to me without even reading my mind." that makes me feel so happy. Now, if that happiness makes me different, then so be it. But I'm not sure that I have a mantra or I have a special way that I want to be happy. So it's nothing like I want to be happy or I want to be sad. दुखी करना है तो एक बॉटल ले लो पी लो और गाना गाओ गजल सुनो और मर नहीं ये मेरा मंत्र नहीं है. My mantra is I love people. I love men. I love cooking food. I love entertainment. I love partying. Most of it all, I love my work. I can work from any time to any time. Still, at this stage, at this age, and after being 35 years in the line, I'll tell you my age. I'm not ashamed. I'm born in 59. I'm going to be 57 complete this year. Yeah, I'm not ashamed because I'm very proud of my age. Like I've started at a very young age. I started working from 16. To this age I'm working. So I'm like a workaholic in my brain, in my head. I'm always working. So it really doesn't matter to me, work or no work, I'm not a vain person to, just because you're coming to interview me, I wanted to full makeup and look. No, I thought it's simple, it's nice, it's kids around, you're enjoying yourself.
With a vodka.
No, wine be there.
I got a vodka for you.
Chalo, I'll have wine, you have vodka. I'll bring wine.
We're having this rapid fire with the most rapid person I've met till now. So let's just start. How many guys in a day one girl can handle?
How many guys in a day one girl can handle?
Like according to you.
According to me, depends on her really. I handle quite a bit, I told you I handle more than you have breakfast.
Shower sex and no shower sex.
Shower sex.
The best are you dressed?
Micro mini.
Twosome or threesome?
Twosome is enough.
Priorities in life.
I beg your pardon?
Priorities in life.
Priorities in life. Working, partying, getting laid.
69 or yoga?
69 any day.
Your best birthday?
When I was 21.
Favorite flavor?
Chocolate.
Favorite color on your head?
Orange.
Day or night?
Night always.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
And of course, wine or vodka, but we have it.
Oh, vodka will do. It's enough to get me pissed. Okay. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you. Very touching. Very sweet. Okay, WeTheFashion. Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much, and it was very nice to be with the crew. Thank you. I'd like to thank the team. And it was wonderful meeting such young and vibrant people. Hopefully we'll meet each other at some party bump somewhere to each other.
I hope we're bumping soon.
Thank you so much for thinking I'm the best. But the beauty of the whole thing is, it's when you're the best, then you think everybody's best. I just told you that in the interview, that when you think you are good, then the world is good. When you think you're bad, then you see the whole world bad from your eye. So I'm so happy to feel that all of you feel that I am the best, but that's because you guys are the best actually. So thank you so much. Me, Sylvie over here, parting with you, but always with you. Goodbye, Sylvie.